got this guy all packed up. I think I'm ready to talk about my loadout. So before I was just carrying this day pack, or sometimes known as an assault pack. This was, I mean, it's a good tiny pack, but it's not good for what I was using it for. I had this thing stuffed to bursting and was using it as my main pack just because I had it. And that pack's not meant to be stuffed like that, and doesn't have good back support. So switched to the ACU MOLLE 2 external frame large rucksack. I got all of my gear from that pack plus more in it, and there's still plenty of room. You see, this is actually kind of flat. It can be like all the way up here. So let's go ahead and go around the bag and talk about what we got going on. So for the Gerber Freescape hatchet, I'm just sliding it right down here. And I tried to even out each side, like weight-wise, because I know what's over there, I know what's in here, and I know what's in here. For my cheap Harbor Freight saw, bow saw, 21-inch bow saw, these clips just slide up. I'm not binding the blade, I just have this back bar behind there and just ran the straps over it and down. So that's the outside on the sides and back. You can see when we go inside, I'll show you what I do with my Camelback, but you see my Camelback hose right there. Let's look at the front. Alright. So this is some paracord that I had on my old pack. It's kind of decorative, but it's also a lot of paracord tied up right here for extra. I have that new Bushmaster, it says Bushmaster Survival. I can't think of the name of it, but I just unboxed it on that other. So I have that right there, strapped on to one of the shoulder straps for easy access. See, I have a carabiner here just to hold my Camelback hose. Have my gloves with a little cheap carabiner just hooked right there to that Sustainment pouch. It'll be on that side. I took, you guys see this? Yeah. I took a holster I had from another shooting vest that was MOLLE equipped, and see, this is MOLLE webbing on the back of that. And so I have spare magazine there, and then my this is Smith & Wesson Sigma Series 40 caliber, just right there on the side of the belt pack, or the the kidney pad, and right there on the side. So when it's buckled, that'll be right on my right hip. And then on my left hip, I have this little pouch here, and so this can hold a phone. Right now it has a little notebook and a Sharpie in there, and then also my fire kit is in there. Or well, this is actually part of my fire kit, but we'll go through all that later. There's a magnesium block in there, an old knife, some other stuff. We'll go through that later. And then some of these quick starts for when it's really bad and I just want to get it over with. So that's on the left side of the pad there. Let's see, what else? So on this side at the bottom, I did my nesting, my canteen, my metal canteen, or steel, my steel canteen and nesting cups are in here. I don't know if I've ever done a review of this, but I have a Nalgene bottle and a Coleman cup that it sits inside of, and then in the cup I did this Bushcraft hack where I took some baling wire and made like a loop to hold the cup over the fire. So that's in there on the side. And then in here I have some spoon and forks that I got from Walmart, and then I have this K-Bar one, spork and knife, that I got from Amazon. And then there's also some sanitary wipes in there. Some here, got a couple of wet ones and like alcohol wipes to wipe your hands before you eat. And then, so the MOLLE webbing on this wasn't made well, this pouch. I ordered this separate. So when you run it through the MOLLE webbing correctly, you can't make it all the way down to the snaps. So it's on there, but then I threw this carabiner here and then another carabiner over here to hold it in and make sure it doesn't come off. So that's that side. Let's go back to this side. And remember I mentioned earlier about packing the sleep system in that zip away part at the bottom. So I'll show you that now. I'm gonna open this. See, this opens just fine. And then, see, I cinched this down and tied these off here. I'm gonna open this bottom part where I have there's my hammock. Here's my ridgeline set up with my prusik loops and my figure 9, which I have a video showing you how to set this up with that. And then in here is my sleeping bag, and then up here, this red one is my tarp. So all of that is in the bottom section down there. I'm gonna zip that back. And this is just my first shot at loading this thing out also. So I may find that I want to change things up as I go. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this main pack first. And you'll see that, like, my Camelback is just sitting in there right now. It's just in there on top of everything like that. So we might find a different solution for that eventually. I have an extra tarp and hammock that I'm going to put in this top part, but I don't know where they are. I can't find them. So right now I have this SOG or SOG, I don't know, entrenching tool. It's like a mini entrenching tool, which is a shovel, basically a fold-away shovel. I have this citronella candle. I have this Harbor Freight folding saw. 50 feet of rope. My Lansky puck for sharpening my hatchet. This little quick zip sharpener for sharpening knives really quickly. It's not the best, but it's fast. Like, you just put that thing on the blade and go whoop, you know, like run it through there a few times, and it'll get your edge back on there. So that's all I have up top right now. Like I said, I have another hammock and tarp that will be stored in the top as well. And then I don't have anything in the map case. The Velcro mesh part on the lid. Like in here, I don't have anything in there right now. So I'm gonna zip that back or cinch that back up. And then let's take a look at what we have in the sustainment pouches. Other than just room for food, because there is a lot of extra room in those. Okay, so we'll look at this side first. In this one, I went with, I think this is my side for medical supply. Like, I need to build out my first aid kit better, but I have a couple of bandages and tourniquets and things. You don't really need that much. Well, I say that. It depends on you. This is a waterproof stuff sack that actually has pine shavings. So I like to prep some tinder to take with me because this weighs, I mean, almost nothing. And this pack has plenty of room. So there's a bunch of pine shavings to use as tinder in there. This is my little kit. It's mostly some different bandages, different size gauze, pads, and then a couple of, there's tweezers in there, and then it's got this instant cold pack that you crush, and it gets real cold. If I haven't already crushed it while carrying it at some point. But that's my little mini first aid kit for minor stuff. And then, I don't know if you guys, if you've been in the Army, you've seen this. I can't remember the name of this thing, but it's a tourniquet, and you Velcro it on, you Velcro it tight, and then once you get it Velcroed, you spin this, and that creates the tourniquet, and then you Velcro it. Then you put it in here, and that locks it down for a tourniquet. It's got a name. I just don't remember it. Combat Lifesaver School was too long ago. I still know how to do everything, but I don't remember the name of this guy. Anyway, so that's that. And then I also have, these are actually Title Boxing fist wraps. Like, you wrap your fist to punch a bag or to put on boxing gloves and box. And then, so these can be used as dressings or tourniquets also. This is just cotton. And that's all that's in there right now. And then, like I said, there's still plenty of room for food in there. You could probably still fit a whole MRE in that thing. Okay. Oh, and somebody's going to ask me, where's my underquilt, or do I use an underquilt? No, right now I don't. It's summer in Tennessee, and I don't. This winter I may. Alright, so here's the sustainment pack on the other side. Also still plenty of room. You can still get an MRE or some, Mountain Man dried food packs in there. In this side, this is my cordage and miscellaneous. So here's a little light that I got from Harbor Freight. Push it once, this part comes on, turn it off, turn it on again, and that comes on. And then it's got this little hook here that you can hang it. So I can hang that from my ridgeline inside my tarp over my hammock and have a light. Extra cordage, paracord, number 36 tarred bank line. These are my guy lines and tent stakes for my tarp. Here's some cotton twine. So more cordage. Like I said, this is my cordage and miscellaneous pack. There's some bug spray. Here's another light. I'll probably actually end up putting this on the outside of the pack. Maybe I'll just stick this over here for right now in this carabiner. I think it's a good place for it. Might find a different place for it later, but that'll work for now. Okay. Everything else in here is cordage. Here's some more. And my figure 9 my figure 9. This isn't the carabiner. This is just a figure 9. But here's some more paracord. I have some hemp, or how do you pronounce this? Sisal twine. A couple of little bungee cords. I think I've got 3 of those in there. I have 2 of these figure 9 carabiners. And I have a different video that shows what those do and how to use those. Here's the other one. Just different lengths of cordage. Yeah, see, this is just miscellaneous cordage at the very bottom of it. And there's another carabiner. There's some more bungee cords. Some more. Actually, this was... No, this one wasn't. I was going to say, I thought this one was a bracelet. Actually, it might have been. And just come undone. This might have been a bracelet I made with that paracord book. Go to the website. Go to bushcraftridge.com. Go to the Bushcraft gear tab, and then click on the books section, and you'll see that paracord lanyard making book that I'm talking about. So that's what's in that sustainment pouch. Stick all this back in here, and that's everything. Yeah, that back in there. Those cordage, and I have the pack about even weight on each side. This sustainment pouch is fuller, and then the water bottle is down here, but I have the hatchet on the other side, so it all about evens out. And then I think that's all of it. It probably weighs about feels like about 45 or 50 pounds right now. I'll weigh it on the scale later and check. Alright guys, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Like always, subscribe, like, visit the website. Come out and go camping with me. I hope to see you guys on the ridge.